Hello, I'm William Stringer from Royal LePage in the Comox Valley.
And I'm Dean Garrett from the Comox Valley.
And this is CUPPA and a Crash Course. Now, first things first, someone in this brokerage has hidden the tea. So, do you notice what I've got in here?
It's sugar.
It's a floating sugar bag.
Oh, at least it's not salt.
Not salt, no. I won't be drinking it. But we're staying on brand. CUPPA and a Crash Course. Yeah. Dean, now, you're going to kind of lead things a little bit today. There's been some movement, but the rates weren't cut. We're going to do a little bit of for dummies. None of us are dummies, but I really actually think we should go simple and really understand what this means, because the key questions to the things we want to know are in the simple questions.
Right.
So there was no rate cut this week, but there was big news.
Yeah, well, there's the way interest rates work is something that a lot of people are not privy to. There's not a lot of, the news cycle is around the Bank of Canada and their rate structure around variable rates. It's the overnight rate. It's short-term interest rates can be set by the Bank of Canada. But the what is not in the news cycle, and it rarely shows up, and it does show up when there's spikes in it, but every day interest rates are set by the bond market, by the Treasury bond market, so the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve. So
those are the Treasury bond market.
Right.
Are the what are they? So the Federal Reserve and
so that's the life of money around the planet. That's the lowest. That's the benchmark rates. The Federal Reserve rate for money ties into the pricing of interest rates around the globe. So that's macro, and I'm getting too complicated, but simply this. Last week we had a news cycle where they're saying rates are staying put, right? Well, that is for the environment of variable rates, but not for fixed rates. Fixed rates can move any day, and they are set by the overall money market. Every aspect of the economy gets priced into this tool every day. So what we noticed last week, right after the announcement, is the financial world decided that long-term rates, the fixed rates rather, the 3-year, 4-year, 5-year rates, 7 and 10-year rates,
length,
they all moved. And they moved in an interesting pattern where the short-term rates, like the 3 and the 4-year rate, they went way up on Thursday by about 0.25%. And then the 5-year rates was a little more subdued, but it was movement. And then they're kind of sticking. So what I wanted to talk about or really say in this interview today, was that interest rates are always on the move. They very seldom stay where they're at for a period or of a full quarter of a year or a financial quarter. They're always moving. So I really don't think it's the factor that a home borrower needs to focus on. Well, it matters because that creates your abilities, but that's what I say, is just focus on your abilities. All
right, so to wrap up, let's go kind of back out then. So if someone's thinking, I might buy a home, they're not are they thinking, oh, I can't now, am I?
Well, exactly, and that's my message to people is, no, that is not the attitude to take, especially from news cycles that really may not have anything to do with your economy.
Yeah,
and we talk about that a lot.
Dean talks about your economy a lot, and it's a really good way of looking at this. So we can go back to previous videos if you want to check more about that out. That's really important. But thanks very much. So that's the change this week. Honestly, it's not going to make too much difference overall in your direction, but you should connect with Dean more, and he will explain to you kind of properly.
There's lots of things we can do.
Nice. And so many things you can do. Okay, where can people find you?
Well, my website is mortgageminder.ca, and my hashtag is mortgageminder on Instagram and Facebook and
Magic.
Right.
And I'm at William Stringer absolutely everywhere.
Yes, pretty much. Even on the rooftop.
Yeah, indeed. So that's it. We'll see you in a fortnight. Thanks very much for joining us for CUPPA and a Crash Course with my lovely sugar water. Cheers.